Welcome to the Smorgasbord Podcast, episode 54, where we talk about a variety of different topics, uncensored, unedited, and unfiltered. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. My apologies for, again, the inconsistent schedule, but to say that it has been insane for me and all around, just crazy in my life right now, is a huge understatement. If you're wondering why I'm wearing glasses inside, it's because at the time of this recording, I have a fever of 106. So excuse any mishaps, and right now all this lighting is giving me a migraine. But I felt good enough, took enough medicine, I had enough time, I'm feeling better, a whole lot better. So feel good enough to record. I know it's been like about 2 weeks, or by the time this comes out, maybe 3 weeks. But nonetheless, we're here. What the hell's been going on? My schedule's been insane. What the hell? All right, sorry, it's cats. But yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy, crazy time. For personally. So how do I even start? So the last time I recorded, it was 2 weeks ago. By the time of this recording, cat, do not do that. By the time of this recording, it is September 24th, 2 days after my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. She is turning 42, or she has turned 42. My birthday is in, I guess when this comes out, 3 days. But because I'm recording on the 24th, this will go out on the 25th. So in 3 days, 28th of September. And then my dad's birthday is on the 30th, 2 days after mine. So yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do for my birthday because my schedule is absolutely crazy. And it's enjoyable. And when I when I at first wrote, that whole blurb on the Instagram at the beginning of my school year about how this will be the hardest year, I wasn't lying. And while it has been, I say hard with quotes, but I'll say it's been my busiest. And it's been enjoyable, but in the hindsight, it doesn't seem busy, but in hindsight, it is very busy. Um, let's see. After school, it's like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. We have marching band practice. Then Fridays are games. And then lately, we're starting competitions for marching band. So I've pretty much had my entire weeks eaten up by band. And, you know, that's been fun, especially I tore a muscle. I've been recovering from a torn muscle this entire time, so I've been kind of marching with a boot. I'm sure if you know me personally, you'll see some, or if you follow me on Instagram at some point, I'll post these images. They'll surface around the internet where it's me on the field marching with this boot on. Wasn't too bad. I haven't face planted on my ass yet, or face first yet with the tube on, so that's a plus. What else? What else? Oh yeah. Then when we can, because it's a hell of a lot. It's a hell of it's a big, one of the biggest things that's hard to do as well is being able, excuse me, being able to meet up with my group, the Balance Ones, where because we all made a song. Go listen to our song on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, all that. Life of the Party, Balance Ones. It's gotten a lot of traction, a lot of positive reviews. It's a good starter, and to say we have been busy individually as much as we have been as a group is a very big understatement. Like, our next song is very close to being released. Our very next one, it just has to make basically detail work, and actually by the time of this recording, I will be going tomorrow to help Harper or Monarch work on that, help him out with all those other minute details, and then Sunday we're planning on all meeting up as a group to find a picture for it and yada yada yada. But the biggest difficulty has been honestly just meeting up. When we get together, it's always been magic. We get a lot of substantial work. We have great chemistry. We had actually had our very first big disagreement with regards to this next song. So and without spoiling too much, I will tell the story to y'all. So what I decided to do when we first started this group is that every Monday we hold meetings, and we try to meet up every time on the weekends whenever Harper's free and everybody can meet up. Excuse me, because right now though we have 6 members, 5 of them are actually in Georgia. We all go to the same school. getting us with all our schedules being crazy because a lot of us have work, they have extracurriculars, they just have parents trip out, shit going on. Natural part of life. We got to work around it. It's one of the things we're learning about time management for me. Great thing to learn. I appreciate this lesson, you know. So it's just about learning to work with people. Also learning that I work in a very emotional business, in that being the music industry, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So in regards to the song, there were plans to have certain aspects, like certain little things add to it that would, like, just make it unique. And due to certain people, certain bandmates, obviously I'm not gonna say names, certain bandmates not being able or not doing. So there was supposed to be a guitar solo for the idea was approached that there was a guitar solo. These cats are fighting. My apologies for the background noise. Um, there was an idea proposed for a guitar solo in the next song, and we had discussed this, and everybody agreed upon doing this, and as well as one of our bandmates who had we had asked him to work on this, and his I guess his schedule was crazy and all that, and he didn't have the right supplies. He ended up not working on it, and so we got in the studio. We were a little bit, excuse me, we were a little bit behind in the terms of where we wanted to be at for the song, because the song, in all honesty, like how we work and all that stuff, it really shouldn't take as long as it usually does. Like Life of the Party took a lot longer only because of the simple fact that I had marching band. Anything other than that it would have been done 2 weeks earlier, in that quality, if not better. There's a slight interruption. I have just got knowledge from one of my bandmates, AMAC, that our football team in Centennial the varsity has won the game. Now, to some of you who have dealt with more successful football teams, this might not mean much, but we have not won a game in 3 years. So, shout out Centennial varsity football team. Proud of y'all. We're not playoff bound at all, but progress is progress. We've won a game. And it was by a lot. We had some heartbreaks this season. So as being part of the marching band, I had to sit through and watch all those heartbreaks. But neither here or there. Continue with the story. So basically, the whole idea was to put a guitar solo in this. He didn't practice this. It didn't work out. We get together, I believe, last Saturday, and then end up, the only people that could really showed up was me, AMAC, and Monarch. Harper and Aretta. Aretta was on here before, And basically, a lot of tweaks were made. We scrapped the idea because we wanted to get the song out, and we weren't rushing it, because the biggest thing was people thought we were going to rush it. We're not trying to rush it. We're trying to move in a timely fashion, and the band and the group cannot be halted by one person's absence. Let it be Harper, let it be me, let it be Zach, let it be Joe, let it be anyone. The group has to continuously move forward, and we just had to learn how to adapt through those situations, because usually the biggest thing was that, if Harper can do it, we can actually get a lot of work done, which is hence why I'm learning how to produce, and I've actually made a substantial progress learning the ways of Ableton. I'm gonna have Harper and Joseph, who have been teach me more about the details, so when I get to the level of them and I actually have a setup, it doesn't matter. It matters, but it's okay, Harper's not here today, but we can still do something. We have still been able to do stuff like write music and play around with stuff, as far as substantial making a whole song and then just add on with people. That's the level we're trying to get to, and I'm learning slowly but surely. I've made a lot of good progress. But slowly but surely, stay tuned for that. When you ever see my name in the producer credits, oh my God, the day that happens, I'll be so happy. I'll be like, my guy, fucking get in. But anyways, so we got rid of the guitar solo idea, and we weren't able to let him know this, but we were like, okay, we'll fill him in on the meeting on Monday. So Monday, school goes through. whatever. Then Monday meeting, we hop on. I started the meeting, and Aretta hops on, and Zach hops on. And, and and Zach was like, "Hey, what is this meeting about?" And we're like, "Oh, the song's done." With that being said, this song is. It was done in the sense of it. All it needs to be done to it was remastering, remixing, balancing sounds, making sure there's not any major tweaks, any major like things that we have to go and re-record. As far as like the minute detail work of remixing, remastering, which Harper does in like 3 or 4 hours, the song was essentially done, and we agreed upon this, but like Zach wasn't there for that, so I had to fill him in. And before I could even explain the process of what happened, he like flipped out on me, and he was just like, "It's not done. It's not done. It's not done." And I'm like, "Yo, let me finish." And I'm like, it's done. We just have to remaster." He's like, "Then it's not done." I'm like, "Dude, you let me finish and explain to you what happened." And then I go in to start trying to tell him, and he'd be like, "Well, we still have to add stuff." I'm like, "Well, what else needs to be added?" And he's like, "Oh, the guitar solo." Well, I'm like, "Well, no, we kind of scrapped that idea." He's like, "So you're just trying to rush things now?" And I'm like, "No, you didn't have it ready. You were supposed to. We had told you for 2 weeks in advance to have this thing at least. You didn't even have it in the right octave. Like we told you to get this done like a while ago. We had told you to get in the right octave, and he didn't get in the right octave. Like he was still figuring out midway. I didn't expect him to have it like down packed perfect, but if majority of the solo was you playing around trying to figure it out still, and it wasn't like, oh, I just have to figure out one note. It's you have to figure out the entire thing. That's not really on us. We have to keep it pushing. So we said we'll save that idea for later on. And he kind of just got upset at us. He's just like, "Okay, you're just rushing things now." I'm like, "No, I'm not. We're trying to move efficiently." And he's like, "Oh, all right, I'm gonna just leave." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm gonna just leave because y'all are rushing things. I gotta go eat dinner anyway." So he leaves, and then like everybody else comes on immediately after. So I fill him in, and Harper, we had to tell Harper that we told Harper, Joe, and all them, and they were like, "Okay." Harper went to go talk to him. I think we're cool now. I think. Which we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's just so as far as managing people's personalities, ideas, you know, as far as our first big disagreement, which I'm very, in a weird way, I am very proud of this moment because not necessarily it was. I want to say it was a healthy disagreement, though people got very emotional in it. Like it wasn't like nothing like crazy, like we're plans gonna break up, nothing like that. But as it got very heated, people got upset. No insults were thrown, uh, but it was a good heated discussion. So through the song, we had stumbled upon something in it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but something in there that sparked Zach's idea to make it like how Kanye makes 5, 6, 7 minute songs. He wanted to do that. Now, me personally, I'm against that right now. I think because you look at Life of the Party, it was already 4 minutes. It was 4.5 minutes already, which is fine if it naturally comes out to that. But putting on for me, it was if you put a timestamp on, like it has to be 5, it has to be 6, and you don't just let it flow. You're trying to force it to be that longer because you personally enjoy it, in general. Then it doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't. There's no logical, and nor do you have to understand, nor do you comprehend who the audience is. And a lot of the audiences don't appreciate music on the deeper level that we appreciate it, to where we can listen to a 6 minute song and be like, "This is dope. The chord progression was dope. The vocal line at this point, the flow, what he says is this was dope." You not dissect it. A lot of people have the average attention span, which is not not a shot at anybody. It's just a fact. And the average attention span is like 1 to 2, 2.5 minutes at the most on average. 3 minutes to a lot of people is kind of pushing it. We did a 4:24, and for a lot of them, it was like, okay, it was still really good though, so it didn't feel like 4 minutes. So me and Aretta's argument, it was like we wanted to keep it how it was, and like work on the song before we even get to that, and we can just make what his idea a separate song with the same theme, while Zach was like, we need to make it 6-7 minutes or whatever, and Harper was indifferent. Joe was absent that day, so he was indifferent, and he then eventually was like, well, it doesn't make sense to like kind of make it 3 minutes or whatever. But so then Zach had an issue with how the song ended, and then we had a whole discussion about that, which is where it did get heated, like a lot more, for the simple fact of Aretta, they were wanting to take Aretta's part off of something. They wanted to take Aretta's part off to make the song shorter, so it sounded better to Zach and aggravated him less. Now this got Aretta very, very upset. Nothing happened. This was all like, we were all in the meeting. We were discussing this. And they got very heated. So I had to bring the conversation back, because then they started trailing off about albums, yada, yada, yada. And we were still working on a song at the time. We haven't released the second song, and we're already talking about an album, which is good to have that kind of plan. But we also need to actually have shit done, so we're in the position to discuss an album. And that's just how we roll. That's just how things are. You got to finish your food you got to finish your lunch before you talk about dinner. Like that's just how I roll, and how me and Aretta roll. And like, we have a really incredible work ethic. And we just, and not saying everybody does it. Like, when everybody works hard. Everybody works hard. Like, I'm not saying, I'm talking about how me and Aretta roll. It was, do this. Because how the group started was me and her. It was I had an idea. Aretta was the first to hop on it. 3 or 4 days, we had written like 10 plus songs. We focused on that now, because we were like, we still got to figure out everything else. But right now, we need to focus on this and being the best at this right now before we go on to 50 things in the future. I'm not saying they're unattainable, but it's just about handling in the now. Then the future becomes the present. Then we'll deal with it by then. So I had to play mediator, bring everybody back down, and be like, this is what we're discussing. This is what we're talking about. And we came to an agreement. Always calm, always good with the world. Okay. So, the world was about to be the end. It was about to be the end. It wasn't about to be the end of it all, but it got pretty heated. And, tempers did flare multiple occasions, but it's good. It's healthy. It's healthy discussion, because before this, we never kissed each other's ass, but we did always agree a lot. And it's good to see at least we can think on opposite spectrums and come together and make it, because it makes it better. It provides perspectives. You understand? There's 6 people in this group, and consistently 5 of them have always been here. 5 of them, if it was all 5 thinking I like that, it limits you. But you have 5 people with all different opinions, different ways of looking at things, different experiences, who are open to talk about those different experiences and all that in discourse, and offer up different views, and people being open. As long as people are, it's important enough for people to be open about it. It's better for us, because the sky's the limit at that point. If we all thought the same, we kind of all limited each other, because it's more of, I like what you think, you like what I think, we're gonna do it. Which I'm not knocking anybody who does that, because if it naturally flows that way, it does. Because like I said, it's not like, because arguing all the time in the studio isn't good either, because you get nothing done. But I'm talking about like in terms of just being like, I think that needs to be redone again. I disagree. We can talk about it. Not, I think it's good. You kind of disagree with that, but you're just gonna let it slide, and it becomes a mediocre song. We call each other out, and I appreciate each and every one of them. Each and every one of them. I thank them all for joining. I had a great talk with Harper. Which, speaking of which, Harper, Monarch, he is, okay, I'm going to let you in a little inside secret here, all right? If you know him, or go look at his Instagram, harper.lee, all right? I think that's it. I think that's it, or you might have something else after it. I have to go look. Un momento. Harper.lee95. Go follow. He's gone full Don to Kanye. What does that mean? That means this. It means that he's just being kind of very, very low key. in terms of he's going to be releasing an album and he is going to be releasing new songs as his teasers. And on the 25th of November, he will be dropping this song, which is a teaser to his album. I need everybody to go save the dates, November 25th. Because best believe, at some point I will have him on here. And this shit is going to be popping. I've heard some of the songs. The boy is a prodigy. I can't say enough good things about him, you know. He's all around good kid. He's all around someone I really appreciate as a friend. I'm glad to have met him and had the privilege to not only be friends with him, but to make music with a man who is as talented as he is. Like, you want to talk about a musical genius? He's a musical genius. Like, his ability to produce and play an instrument, to sing, to all around be a really good singer, songwriter, producer, just all around, and the high quality of, like, you hear the beats he's produced. Like I said, he made the beat for Life of the Party. He made that in his mind 3 to 4 hours, tops. Now, in saying that, is he perfect? No. But and I'm not trying to portray like he's better than all the other major level producers. But the stuff that he has played for me that hasn't been released yet, it's the quality of it has always been professional, but this is a whole nother level of professionalism. Like, this is something there are certain beats that I believe you would hear industry level people like on. They would hear that beat and they would actually be on it. Like, you know, if like say like we got big enough, we had Drake on. I feel like Harper could make a beat right now that Drake would be like, I could hop on that shit. And that's not me kissing his ass, because everybody knows me in life. Everybody who knows me in the friend group, I'm not one to kiss ass. I'm going to call it like it is. That boy, I'm sorry, that boy is a musical prodigy, a musical genius. That's real shit, yo. Like you can't make up some of the shit he do. You know, some of the shit he just comes up with on the spot. You can't make that shit up. You can't write. You can't ask for some of the shit he just does. He just does it, you know. And you could even go down the list of all of them, because Zach is another musical genius. You know, he can just hear a note, play on the guitar. He's a killer on the guitar. Aretta's wordplay, phenomenal. Joseph is, though he doesn't have like the oozing confidence in the sense of he doesn't believe that he is as good as he is. When it comes to producing beats, he to himself is very, very underrated. Like, the minute he learns how to just make a full beat, like, he knows how to make loops and short excerpts and like pieces of a song. But in terms of gluing them all together and making a big song, I think that's the one thing that he's learning. It's the same thing with me right now, because right now I'm learning how to have to make a full beat and not make it a full song beat and not make it sound repetitive. You know, and just make it quality, you know. You know, but he severely underrates himself and doesn't see how good he is. And, you know, but that boy is ridiculous, you know. You know, and you know, I don't talk about him a lot, so because I talk about Harper, Zach, Aretta, you know, Joe, and then while we don't see him, he's not here, but he is. But look him up on Spotify, Jacob Mobley, Jakeob space Mobley, Mobley. Boy can sing and write his ass off. Like boy is talented. He just needs better work ethic, and he kind of also just needs life to work. I'm being sympathetic. He kind of just needs life to work out for him, because life has been pretty rough to definitely Harper right now. But it's not me putting out any business. It's just he's been going through a lot. We've all been going through a lot, but them specifically, him, Zach, and Jacob, Harper, Zach, and Jacob. So, you know, we try to, and it's more than just music. We're actually we try to be friends, and we are friends. Excuse me, let me rephrase. We are friends. It's just about we try to help each other out best we can, being there for each other, because at the end of the day, music's part of the reason the music was the thing that brought us together. That is not all we talk about. You know, the biggest thing we talked about, because I've had long conversations with Harper, is like, people only saw me as the guy who has the studio, who is the producer. Personally, even before I really even knew him, I never saw him that way. I saw him as the guy who is just an artist, an artist who's just, who just keeps to himself per se. And he doesn't really, like, he's known around school. He's cool with people, but he's not like, he's not a jackass. He's a cool dude, and anyone who knows me, I can give two shits if you can produce an industry beat level now. If you're a piece of shit and you're a jackass, I'm not going to work with you. I don't care how talented you are. I could give two shits if you can sing like Mariah Carey since you were 5. If you were an asshole to me, I don't care. I will not work with you. I will take over the person that needs to take 5 singing lessons a day, 5 singing lessons a week to be better than someone who's naturally can sing falsetto, opera all the time, but has a horrible attitude and treats all the contemporaries awful. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna work with you. I don't give a shit how talented you are. End of the day, they're all good people. So why would I work with them? And I really appreciate each and every one of them. I love every single one of them. From Aretta from being there from the beginning, from Zach joining as the last member to join, and the contributions he's made. We've all of us has made. Everyone in this group means a substantial amount. You can't tell the history of the Balanced Ones. You can't tell the story of this group without anyone in it. Like, you can't take one person out and still tell the same story. Like, all of us are pivotal in it, and we all have that level of equal importance, and we strive to show our equal importance to the public. So, and at some point, I will get everybody on here, so you can formally so you can formally hear them and kind of see our dynamic. Hopefully Zach doesn't act like a moron on here, or Harper, because when those two get together, they act to go wild. But we'll see. All in due time. And so that's been the thing simultaneously. So, like, really my only free days have been like one day on the weekend, or if I have a competition, no days free on the weekend. So the only day that's always been consistently free for me has been Wednesday. And that's probably the day where it's like, I got to do vocabulary words for AP Psychology. So I've been busy. Also, I'm not going to go into it too much, but a lot of shit's been going on at my school. If you know, you know. But one of the things I will talk about that I am so sick and tired of, listen, I'm talking to you, I want you. Let me get real close here. All right. To the people who keep destroying the goddamn bathrooms. I don't think you understand me. Stop. I don't know how loud this is. I apologize, but stop. Because it's fucking annoying. All right? It's fucking annoying. All right? It is the dumbest shit in the world. All right? I don't know fucking why. You guys just can't, like my school is already rough as it is. We don't need you going out there and just taking dispensers off the walls and shoving them into toilets. Like my homeboy's school, other school, they stopped that entire urinal. My last week, they took a whole sink off the wall. Devious licks. No, I hope you go to jail. And I know it's the freshman. I know, because never in my 16, almost 17 years of living on this mortal plane have I seen such plague ignorance to the highest degree. When I tell you we had fights, that's how I know it's the freshman class, because almost every big issue has been from the freshman class. That's not me being like, oh, freshmen is shit. But this class that are freshmen this year at my school are devious freaks. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know. I guess quarantine, they got the shit kicked out of them, and they had to, I don't know, maybe they're upset. All the toilet paper was bought up at the beginning of COVID, so they're taking all their pent-up frustration out on the school bathrooms. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but this is what they're doing. They're just destroying shit. First of all, let me tell you how it started. So first of all, first day of school, there was a fight. Which is, it's a daily occurrence, but it's all freshmen. It's been 2 or 3 fights, consistently. All right. So then I guess I don't keep up with social trends because I'm old, as many of my. All right. So yeah, there was a fight on the first day. There's fights every day now. Well, that's fine. And then, so the first thing they did with the hitting licks, I guess it's a TikTok trend. I wasn't aware that this was a thing because I'm old. Yep. That's what people have told me. So they started stealing the soap and the soap dispensers just off the wall. And I'm like, what the hell? But weird flex. But okay, we're gonna sure you're just an idiot. Then they started taking the actual toilet paper dispensers and toilet paper like and breaking them in half, just breaking them in half and just leaving them on the floor, like just destroying them. Then there's photos surfacing of them taking off the toilet paper dispensers, breaking them open, then shoving them in the toilet, as well as putting floor's wet signs on the floor, on the floor into the toilet, and putting garbage cans on top of the stalls, which I'm like, what the hell? And then they started taking the paper towels and smearing them on the walls and on mirrors and all that shit. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what is happening? What is actually happening? Like, is the world gone insane? And then the coup de grace, the bathroom next to the band. Sorry if I look rough. The bathroom next to the band. Their sink just gets taken off, like one of those things just completely taken off the wall, and it's just on the floor, destroyed. And there's paper towels on the mirror, and the garbage bin was on top of the thing, and the soap dispensers were gone, and the luckily it was intact, the toilet paper things, and it wasn't the band kids. So this means some hooligan, some heathen, some creature, right? Went to the bathroom, destroyed it, and walked out. I don't understand what the hell it's even for. And I don't even know if it's for some secret social justice. I don't know if it's a BLM thing. I don't know if it's a, revolt against, fight the powers, fight the system, fight against the regime moment. I don't know what this is, but y'all gonna need therapy or something. Y'all taking y'all anger out way too much on these on the school that like they just fighting. Like they busted open a whole vending machine and just took everything out of it. Like words cannot comprehend how bad I want to transfer from just because of this behavior. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, why is this a thing? I still don't understand why it's a thing. I don't understand. I tried to talk to most of my friends who live in Dunwoody because, like I said, their thing has happened to them too. And excuse me, and it's just a thing apparently, and it's worse for them because they took some kids stomped out an entire urinal out the wall, so there's just a hole. Them janitors, man. Them janitors need to get a raise after this shit because I don't know what the hell this trend has done. They're gonna want to quit. We're not gonna have janitors. They're gonna start banning us from using the bathrooms. I'm calling it. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they're gonna do it, and it's gonna be stupid. Like it's gonna be so dumb. Oh my god! Like people are so dumb. I can't believe that they're literally just doing this. This is like there's no words. There are no words. I'm like, what the hell? Like. Don't y'all got better shit to do? Like y'all ain't got nothing else going on. Really? You ain't got video games to play. 2K22 just came out. Life is Strange, True Colors just came out. By the way, I am getting that. You best believe. Life is Strange 3. Nick, it's happening. Yes, that's a thing. More on that later. That's happening. But I asked for that on my birthday. Hopefully I get it. But that's happening. But y'all ain't got video games to play. Y'all ain't got school been getting hard. Y'all ain't got tests to study for. Y'all ain't got extracurriculars. You ain't got to go play basketball. Go do something, bro. Read a book. Do something, bro. Like go learn about life. Do something else. Not waste your time destroying a bathroom if it's already destroyed because it already doesn't get cleaned that well. This school's already disgusting. You don't need to make it more disgusting. All right, let's just keep it real. Right? It's already naturally going to be disgusting because we're already overpopulated. You don't need to make it 20 times worse for everybody, okay? Like, let's all calm the hell down. Like, for real. Like, I don't understand the point of it, and I don't get it, We've had a lot of crazy shit happening in my school right now. Like, some dude was caught, doing sexual things with some other dude. Like I don't think like you're crazy. Like, I don't even know the full backstory. I can't even speak on that. But that did happen. But we gonna speak on that. We ain't gonna speak on that because I don't want to sound like I'm talking on my ass here. But what I'm spitting is facts. There's nothing out here that and here I am, sick as shit with 106 fever, missing out on marching band right now, which I am pissed that I missed out on our first win. And because I could have showed off in front of the football team and flexed my absolute muscle to everybody that I could march with that tuba in a boot for the entire crowd and be one of the best marchers in the band, injured. Oh my God. I did that at the competition. Oh, I was hailed. Dude, I was hailed as a god. No. I was known as the god amongst them. Like I was, there shall be a legend about me when they sing my name with love and fury as we go into the depths of Valhalla, thou shalt know my name, because I am that. Like, our next competition, I'm wearing the boot. Like, it's like, cause I have to, cause I'm like, we're going to be there all fucking day. We're not going to go home till like 1. I know that for a fact. Like, it's just how competitions work. But I'm marching with the boot on. Like, this is a thing that I've decided because I know I'll need it, and then also part of me is also just like I get to flex on y'all and being like, y'all really suck at marching with regular shoes and no injuries, and here I am marching better than y'all with injuries, with one shoe, and one giant size 13 boot. It's a crazy thing to think about. I gotta run. I have to full on sprint. Does it hurt? Maybe. But we ain't gonna talk about that. I almost if I had gone to marching band, I would have died. Because I had 106 and I would have to sweat out my fever, which would have been 110. That's brain damage. Like, that was I'm dying at the moment. Like, I'm better now, but I'm dying. Like, 3 hours before I turned on this camera, I was dying. Like, I was deceased. Like, it was very rough, to say the least. I can't do stomach aches. That's how it started off, is just regular stomach bug. Because there's a stomach bug going around, and so how it started off was just normal stomach aches, and I had to poop a lot, and that was it. And I was like, oh, I can't stand stomach aches. Any person who knows me, you see me have a stomach ache and you give me a gun, you better, if I have a really, really bad stomach ache, you better keep all weapons away from me, because I have no problem just taking myself out. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. I'm just like, you know what? Kill me, be done with it. Kill me. Like, I've lived a good life. You know what? I'm ready. I lived a good life. Like, I welcome death. Like, death. Like, hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Like, no, that's me. That's exactly my feelings. Like, no, I welcome it. But, I went to sleep, and that was my only issue. I went to sleep. By that meaning, I blacked out. Wake up, and I'm just, like, freezing with no fans on in the house, which doesn't even make any sense. And it's like, oh, it's hot. And Mom's like, oh, it's hot. What are you talking about? How are you cold? I'm like, oh, I'm dying. And then I just got really warm. And my mom misread my temperature and thought it was like 100.4. I'm like, no, dude, that's 106. I was like, what the hell? That's like one temperature away from brain damage. It's like, I know. And you were the one who said it's not a big deal. So I assumed it wasn't a big deal. It's kind of just how my life rolls, man. I don't know what to tell you. This is just... It is what it is. It is what it is. But, it has been a pretty hectic 2 weeks, and, I haven't forgot about y'all. Don't think I have forgot about y'all, because I didn't. All right. I didn't. And by the way, if there's a random cut, my computer, decided to say, fuck you for taking 2 weeks off, and now I got to put 2 clips together. But don't worry about that, all right? Focus that I'm here. Be grateful that I'm here, and I haven't forgot about y'all. We're gonna make this happen. I gotta figure some things out. More music will be dropping soon, right? More episodes will be dropping soon. We are working towards something here, all right? We're working towards some things here, all right? It's gonna be great time. It's great to see y'all. Y'all look good. Leave in the comments how's y'all 2021 doing, or as I like to call it, 2020's continuation, because it's all felt like 1 year to me. I've lost track of dates. I swear to God. But that being said, it's good to be back. Oh, shit. It's good to be back. It's good to be back on here. Can be talking to y'all, the people, even though if not many people watch it. It's good to at least, it's very therapeutic. very good to talk to y'all. See how y'all doing. Hopefully I'll get the band on here at some point. Hopefully, shout out Jacob Mobley if you ever see this. Write the verses. I'm sick and tired of you, dude. Write the verses. But other than that, it's been good. It's good to be back. I'll try to be more consistent. I've always said I've tried. And I'm not trying to be like Corey Kenshin here. Because Corey Kenshin's back, baby. We need to talk about that real quick. I called this. I was about to sign off, but no, we need to talk about this. Corey X Kenshin said he needs to make a lot more memories. Then proceeded to not upload until after he got his diamond play button, which I said he would do. And what did he do? He said he's going to stay and do YouTube. He said he's going to do it, and he's been doing pretty well. I haven't watched a fucking video because I've been so goddamn busy, which is very unlike me because usually I've watched almost every video he's ever put up because I've been with him since 1,000 subscribers, and he's at like 10 point, damn near almost at 11 million already, which is crazy to think about. He got to 9 million to 10.2 without uploading a single video. Like, that's just crazy. Meanwhile, I'm uploading. I was going crazy, with the uploading stuff, and I can barely pull 10 views on YouTube. This is blasphemy. This is actually blasphemy. But nonetheless, neither here or there. He said that he's going to work on, he wants to make a new channel, get 10 million all over again because he's gotten complacent, which I said he got complacent. It's kind of like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's just crazy. It's just one of those things, isn't it? It's just one of them things, But, he said he wants to get from his main channel, this channel that he's already got 10 mil at, to 25 million. He wants to do that while going back to college, which fucking good luck with that, Corey. God bless you, dude. Please. I wish you all the best with that. And, graduating, finishing school. So, those were his goals. I'm not against that. I just hope there's no false lies will be made up. But with that being said, I think that's everything. It's good to talk to y'all. Good to see y'all. This has been another episode of the Smorgasbord Podcast. Stay safe. Love y'all. Bye-bye.